Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I think it's been almost 2 whole weeks since I last recorded a video. Um, I wanted to make videos. It's just last week I had a life and it was scary. Um, I had to leave the house for things other than school and work, and not for me. That was terrifying. I was gone like the whole week. I actually like had to do shit, and it was terrible. Never doing that again. I I find peace in my room. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about the whole boxing versus UFC kind of discussion that happened last week. I'm very late to the conversation. Overly late to the conversation. The conversation may have already ended. That's how late I am. But I just wasn't able to make this video last week. I still wanted to make this video just because I have a lot of points about boxing that I want to bring up. Um, there's been a lot of people that brought it up though, so I'm not fucking creating this new take. Most people already have this take. I just want to say it again. So yeah, I guess I'll just get into it. That there's not much else to say. Start off last week. Aiden Ross brought in Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson to his stream. I think it's Kick. It's not. I think it's Kick. I don't know. Maybe Twitch to talk about it's like boxing shit, I guess. He's been doing that with like Islam. He just had Arman Sarukian on there a few weeks ago with MMA Guru. So yeah, he's just bringing in a bunch of like combat athletes to talk and like do shit with them. So here's what happened in the video or stream.
You guys fuck with the UFC as a whole?
This is probably loud as fuck.
saw you say that. You gotta take that back.
What?
Sorry about that.
You say that the UFC is better than boxing.
It's true, and you know it's true.
It's not true.
It is true. They're not gonna think that because obviously they are boxers. So it's not a wrong take for them to say that because it's their fucking sport. But I'm somehow in agreement with Aiden Ross here. It's gonna be a lot of pausing, by the way. There's gonna be an over amount of pausing. Probably too many pauses, but who cares?
Come on, even look, even he's smiling. Yo, you come on, bro. You know, hey, yo. Yeah, it is. It is.
Go in there and watch.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. MMA, yo, I ain't gonna lie.
He just said that I don't know who was talking in the background, but he just said that the viewing experience of the UFC is much better than boxing. And that makes sense because the thing with boxing, and I hate it. This is one of the things that I hate the most when it comes to boxing, is the fact that you have like 40 minutes between each fight. That is insane. There should be no reason for it to take almost like almost an hour essentially for the next fight to start. It takes so long for the next fight to start in boxing cards that they literally have like bands perform in the meantime. Whereas the UFC, I mean, you take a little piss break, get some snacks a little bit. Like 10 minutes later, you're getting the walkouts for the next fight, which is how it should be because it's a combat entertainment thing. I shouldn't have to wait an hour for the next fight to happen. And that's something that's been a problem with boxing. Is just that it takes like 4 or 5 hours for a 4 card main card to go through with it. Whereas it takes like the UFC like 3 hours to have 5 fights. It just makes no sense how it's just so long. I understand the whole boxing is 12 rounds, 12 3-minute rounds, so it's 36 minutes. Whereas the main event for the UFC is 5 minutes. But even like in the meantime of that fight, there isn't a whole lot going on with the UFC. It's just, hey, we're gonna have some ads, some talking points about the next fight, and then you're gonna get the walkout for the next fight. And that's it. That's all that's happening. Whereas in boxing, it's like, all right, a fight just ended. It went all 12 rounds. where we're gonna have a little bit of intermission, some talking points about the main event, um, interview some people that aren't even a part of the fight. They're just there, just crowd people. Cool, cool. We're gonna go back to the main commentary group, talk some more stuff about boxing, the odds now. We're gonna show the fighters in the room, whatever you want to call it, backstage room, or whatever it's called. I don't even know. And then we're gonna go back to the commentators, and now we have a little performance. We're gonna show ads for the fight that's like 6 minutes long. The walkout itself is gonna be 10 minutes long for no reason, and then you're gonna get the fight. That's 30 to 40 minutes between a fight that isn't needed. You can cut that down to 15 minutes. There's no need for it to be that long. You see how I said this is gonna be a long video? I'm not even fully done with this clip. There's more. There's like a minute of this clip left. I'm just rambling right now. We'll go back to this actually this clip.
Oh, this nigga did it. Ain't no way this nigga came with me right now. Hold on now, cuz.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, it's good though.
He good.
It's fun to it's fun. It's fun. You know what it is, bro? When I was watching your and Tio's fight, I was obviously mad. I was biased, to be honest. The fight before was a good fight. Who's the dude from New York? That fought. Yeah, bro. I like him. He's cool. But again, like I think UFC's better than boxing. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great.
UFC would never be
He's actually I'm gonna keep going with Terrence Crawford's take.
better at all. It ain't even close.
The UFC, Terrence Crawford said the UFC will never be better than boxing, and that's very crazy to me because watching the UFC is so much better than watching boxing. But the thing is, boxing does such a better job at promoting fights than the UFC. And for the most part, that's because Dana White doesn't give a single fuck anymore when it comes to the UFC. And you're seeing it with his Zuffa boxing too, where they got Jairo Potato, and this is like one of the better fighters. He is the best fighter at cruiserweight. That's a huge thing for Zuffa boxing. They just got the best cruiserweight fighter to join their promotion. And it's just Dana White in his usual recording the video from his phone, being like, "Hey, we got this dude. He's gonna fight this day against this guy. Um, tickets are live at Meta at Apex." And that's all. There's no like. That's genuinely. There's no talking points. There's no being excited about promoting the fighter anymore. Whereas boxing does so much, so is very good. Boxing, I will give you this: you're very good at promoting fighters, and you almost have to be that way because the boxers don't really do much in the fight. They don't really do a whole lot. Like Shakur Stevenson, he did just beat. Yeah, he beat Teofimo Lopez. The reason why I took a positive is because he didn't really beat him up. He won. He won against Teofimo Lopez. But to me, it just seemed like an unfinished fight, like an unfinished before. It felt like you got a project, all right, and you get a B in it when you know that if you fully went for it, you would have gone 100%. That's what his performance was. Where it's like, yeah, you know put that jab on Teofimo Lopez, but at the end of the day, you could have finished him. That's the finished project. That's the finished performance. Is finishing a guy that you know after like 3 rounds, oh, I'm way better than you at this. I'm so much better than you at boxing. I'm gonna finish you. And instead, you just let Lopez linger on. And Lopez couldn't do anything. Teofimo Lopez couldn't do anything against you. And you were still just like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool with where I'm at. I'm cool with where I'm at. I got the win. That's all that matters. So boxing has to promote that guy as he's dominant. He's dangerous. He is the man. When it's like, yeah, he's dominant in his own little way, though. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm better than you at my skills, but I ain't really dominating you. Like, dominating is what Pereira did to Ankalaev in their second fight, where it's like, I'm just gonna walk you down and just fuck you up. Tom Aspinall, I know Tom Aspinall now has had the eye thing, which is true. You fuck asses saying that Tom Aspinall is faking an eye injury are genuinely dickheads. Genuinely tards. But like his fight time average was like a minute. He was fucking up his opponents in a minute, and was like, I'm just better than these people. That's it. I'm just simply that good. And then the main point we're gonna talk about Topuria in literally 5 seconds. I'll let him do this.
The skill level is different.
All right, so like, hold on. Let me ask you guys a question. You don't think like John Jones was dominating boxing? Honestly.
That's the worst. That's the worst fighter you could have brought up. John Jones is not a good boxer. That's probably his worst thing, other than the whole like beating his wife, PED cheater, just like just a lot of things actually. Hit and driving a pregnant woman, or hit and run on a pregnant woman, smashing his head into a cop car, just that's probably one of his worst skill sets though. Is John Jones is not a good boxer. He's good at everything else. He's not a good boxer. That's the worst argument you could have brought up. They're gonna bring up Topuria in like 10 seconds. Or like you could have brought him, Petr Yan up, but you decided to bring John Jones in this fucking debate? The fuck is that about? He's not good at boxing.
Oh no.
What? Okay, Ilya Topuria.
There you go.
Tell him come fight me.
He's a crazy boxer.
I don't care. Tell him come fight me.
Hold on a second. What about
UFC is good for what they do, and we good for what we do.
And that's true. Terrence Crawford, right there, brought in some sense to the whole conversation, which is boxing and boxers are good at what they do. MMA fighters are good at what they do. That's all this whole thing should be about. Hey, boxers, you do your boxing shit. MMA fighters, you go do everything else. You know what I mean? You be the true fighter. But every time this happens, it's always boxers like, hey man, we're just better than you. Yeah, at boxing. Well, actually, I keep fucking pausing this video. This is gonna be a long ass video, guys. I'm sorry. All right, here we go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fuck, is that how it ended? Shit. No, that was supposed to go on a whole lot longer. I got the wrong clip. Fuck it. Damn, dude, I'm fucking stupid. I got the wrong clip. I'm already like 15 minutes into this shit. Damn it. Fuck. Shit. So basically, actually, I know this. So Stevenson tells Aiden Ross, "Hey, why don't you just have Ilya Topuria come and fight me in boxing?" Why is that always the boxer's take though? Why is it always a boxer like, "Hey, why don't you come fight me in my world?" Go fight fucking Topuria in his. Enough with this. Hey, I'm the real fighter. The skill level is so different. Come to where I fight. Come to where I box, because you're not fighting. You're just boxing. Topuria is a fighter. Stevenson's just a boxer. And Joaquin Buckley came into this conversation immediately and had a lot of words to say about Shakur Stevenson after this whole interview. Here's what he had to say. Fuck, I'm actually exit this out.
So disrespectful to us athletes, bro, in the UFC. Shakur, I'm on you. Even though you beat Timo, all the stuff that Timo was talking, all that trash that he was doing, he's saying nigga, he's throwing bananas at you and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, you beat him, but you should have knocked his ass out cold.
That's what I was going to. Shakur Stevenson won. He won pretty convincingly. He won in the most dominant fashion that he could have done it. With that being said, was it dominant? He didn't dominate Lopez. Teofimo Lopez didn't really look all that damaged. Wasn't really rocked. It was just, I put that sweet science on you. And that's like kind of the cope for boxers whenever there's like an unentertaining fight. Is like, hey man, you just don't know that sweet science, dude. You just don't understand it. The sweet science. Yeah, in order for you to like find this entertaining, you have to know the sweet science of like why he threw that punch or why he didn't, and like why he's moving that way, and the angles of the fight. You just don't get it, so you can't. That's why you don't think it was exciting. No, it was genuinely not a good fight. Like oh my god, the what was the event? The New York Square one, I think in like May of last year, when it was like Devin Haney's fighting, Ryan Garcia's fighting, Teofimo Lopez is fighting, all on the same day. This is gonna be fantastic. And they were just three genuinely shit fights. Genuinely shit fights. And then the next day, Canelo had a genuinely shit fight. Genuinely shit. The biggest fight of the last few years happened last September when Terrence Crawford beat or won against. I'm not gonna say he beat Canelo because he didn't beat him up. Where Terrence Crawford won against Canelo Alvarez. That fight was genuinely shit. It was not a good fight. It just wasn't. That same day, you had the UFC Noche that was more entertaining than what was supposed to be the best boxing match of the last like 5 years. Two legends going at it. Will Terrence Crawford get another undisputed belt? Or will Canelo defended against an all-time great Terrence Crawford? That fight was genuinely shit. And Diego Lopez versus Gene Silva was undoubtedly the more entertaining fight that happened that day. Two featherweight contenders were more entertaining than two of the biggest boxers in the world today. And you saw that happen in the same day. And like the whole thing, everyone was like, Terrence Crawford fucking dominated. He beat the fuck out of Canelo. And like the highlights are like him landing a good jab on him. That's the highlight. They did nothing the first 5 rounds. There was nothing to judge really. It was like, oh, but like Canelo was moving differently. Oh, you see that hard feint? That's fuck. It was shit. It wasn't a good fight. And I'm tired of boxers fans being like, yo, it's just you just don't understand the sport. No, it's just not a great performance. It wasn't anything entertaining. It didn't make me go, wow, that was cool. I literally yelled like a fucking girl when Diego Lopez spinning elbowed John Silva. During the biggest fight of the fucking decade for boxing, I was like, oh yeah, nice jab. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that head movement. Nice. Look at that good body shot. And then 2 minutes would pass, and then the round's over, and I'm like, well, he landed another one more shot than him, so I have to give it to him. It was terrible. That's what Shakur Stevenson does. It's just like, hey, you won that round dominantly, and then he landed 7 strikes to like his opponent's 4, and it's like, cool, he dominated him, dude. Look at that jab. No, no, that's not entertaining. It's just like, okay, you just jabbed your way. It's like Sean Strickland fighting, just jab and teep. That's all. That's all it is, dude. It's the same level. It's the same kind of entertainment. It's like, hey, he's just jabbing around and teeping him to the body. Which shout out Sean Strickland, you are fighting in a few days, but we'll let Joaquin Buckley continue.
Because you worried about your little record, because you don't want to get embarrassed, You want to blame it? Oh, well, it's the art of boxing. Or
There you go.
I just want to show my jab all night. You a hoe. You a hoe. You ain't want to go out there and put on your best performance. So with that being said, stop disrespecting us, bro. We are way more entertaining than y'all. It just is what it is. When we watch you guys fight, it's predictable on who's gonna win. So there ain't no excitement in it. In the UFC, you don't know who gonna get it. From the wrestling, from the submissions, from the from knees, from elbows, from kicks, spinning back kicks, spinning fists. And y'all try to say, no, y'all the real fighters. How? How y'all the real fighters? If we came outside, literally where I'm at right now, I could kill you.
That is every single UFC fighter's take when it comes to a boxer saying, I can beat you in a fight. That's the take, is that I am the fucking fighter you're talking to. All you do is use your hands to punch. I can kill you. That's the take for everything. That's the take at all times. When Francis Ngannou fought, I think it was Tyson Fury in his first boxing match, Fury was like shitting on him, like, hey man, you're nothing. I'll dominate you in this fight. You're gonna do nothing against me. And Ngannou is like, hey man, I just want you to know, man, you're only safe in your rules. Basically being like, yo, dude, if this isn't if I wasn't just allowed to use my two hands, I could kill you whenever I wanted to. Your life and how long you live depends on how long I want you to live. That's basically the take for UFC fighters and MMA fighters in general, is that you and me, if we fight, and you're a boxer, I do MMA, your life and how long you live depends on how long I choose you to live. That's it. That's the take. Is I can do whatever I want to you in an actual fight. And it's true. What is Shakur Stevenson gonna do to Ilya Taporia? What is he gonna do in like an actual fight where it's like, yo, I'm just gonna let you know, Shakur, Ilya's allowed to use kicks. He doesn't do it a lot, but kicks. He's allowed to use the grappling, which is very good. He's got very good grappling. He's allowed to knee you, elbow you, just he's allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants to you. Figure it out. And it's just like, okay, you're gonna get killed, Shakur. But that's the whole take, is boxers being like, hey, why don't you come box me so I can prove that I'm better than you at fighting? Because everyone knows that boxers won't go to the UFC and fight the top-notch fighters because they already know the outcome. Is that they're gonna get fucked up live on TV for everyone to see that you're just not that guy. You're not that guy. You know, yeah, it's basically Ngannou went 10 rounds with Tyson Fury. I know then he then got knocked out in like 2 rounds to Anthony Joshua. But the fact that he still went 10 rounds with a guy who was the champion at that point, and I believe he was still the lineal champion for that fight. You went 10 rounds and got knocked down and arguably lost that fight. Now I know you were like a fat fuck during that fight. You clearly weren't training. I do think that if Tyson Fury was training for like the same way he did against Usyk, even though Usyk dominated, and that actually was a dominant performance. He dominated. Usyk is the only fighter that I can confidently say dominates his opponents in boxing. That and Inoue. They dominate their opponents in boxing, dude. Heavyweight boxing is currently a whole lot better than UFC than the heavyweight division of the UFC. The fuck is that? Fuck, my fucking house burned down. But yeah. The heavyweight boxing is the only division where I am like stoked to watch. That's the only division where I'm like, okay, we're gonna actually see some cool shit. Only division. Every other division, I'm like, all right, this is gonna go 12 rounds, and it's gonna be a fight. I guess this is just what it is. It's just, I don't know. Boxing used to be so good, but now it's just not.
I'm not saying I want to kill you or want to take you off this earth, but realistically, I will kill you if we fought.
Yeah, that's all it is. He's saying the truth. I would kill you if you fought. What's this next one? Oh yeah. Let's see what this actually. I actually don't remember what this is. Oh, this is about fucking God damn it, cropped it out. Fuck. About the whole Twitter thing after Terrence Crawford saw what Joaquin Buckley said, and it says the first tweet is, "Who is even fighting in the streets anymore? Talking about who he can kill in the streets. He must have forgot we make switches for them kind of tough guys." I love how this is Kendrick Lamar still. They just don't care. Um, Terrence Crawford just bitched himself somehow. If this comment says it, "Oh shit, bro, it's Buckley. Go get the switch." He just somehow bitched himself by being like, "Hey man, you're a real fighter, dude, but like, I can kill you my own way with a knife." That's his way of talking back. He's like, "Man, I could kill you too. Just like I need a weapon." What the fuck was that? What kind of diss is that? What kind of diss is that? All right, it's gonna be bare knuckle fighting. All right, I brought a gun. That's just what he just did. What the fuck is that about? But yeah, what a bar from Kendrick Lamar, dude. What a fucking bar. And I think the next tweet, or this is Jamel Charlo. Um, that broke ass UFC fighter sounds like he asking to be friends, but hating at the same time. Just DM him, bruh. Oh, this is because Joaquin Buckley was like, "Hey, I'll fight you, dude. We could spar, we could box." So that's why Charlo is like, "Yo, bum ass, fuck ass." You know what I mean? That's just what he's saying. He's like, "This guy's broke as shit. He ain't shit. He just want to be friends." And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this all about? You're also, this is just cope. The whole I got more money than you, bitch. That's the whole. That's what you just said. This guy's broke. He wants some of your money. That's just what Charlo said. And it's funny because, like, dude, you'd be dead if you fought someone in the UFC. And the whole money. That's the only. That's there are only two things that boxing has as a whole over the UFC, which is you're better at promoting your fighters because you have to, because your fighters aren't that entertaining. Whereas the UFC doesn't have to like promote their fighters because it's like, all right, you want to see some cool shit? There's Alex Pereira head kicking Yuri Prohaska. You want to see some even cooler shit? Watch Yuri Prohaska in general. That's all it is. You want to see some really cool shit? Yeah, there's Charles Oliveira against Max Holloway, dude. Good luck. Like that's fucking. You want to see some cool shit? Just watch Joshua Van. I know no one. I know he's had some. Not a lot of people like him right now because of the whole Pantoja thing, but fucking exciting fighter. You know what I mean? So yeah, they don't really have to promote their guys just because it's like, yo, they're gonna do the promoting for us. Now, with that all being said, Baldy, Dana White, it is insane how the UFC isn't bigger than boxing because the quality of the fights in boxing is genuinely shit. Whereas the quality in the UFC is so much better entertainment wise. I don't understand how the UFC isn't bigger than boxing. And it's mad. It pisses me off. But he is true. The pay gap is insane. That's the one thing I'll give Charlo. But other than that, no. All right, what's the next one? Oh, what is this? First of all, W image. Look at this W image, dude. Teach a boxer to stuff a takedown and check some leg kicks. First of all, that takes forever. That takes forever to teach anyone to stuff a takedown. Um, Fucking Pereira couldn't do that like against literally like a year and a half ago he couldn't do that. He got against in 2023 against Yuri. He got held for like the whole first round. That was just 2 years ago, and he had been training before that for a few years. Check some leg kicks. That is another thing that's insane to do. It's also like it fucking hurts. From what I heard, I'm not a fighter at all. I'm a couch potato. I'm a fucking chud, is what I am. But like stuff like checking leg kicks fucking hurts. That's like shin on shin, dude. If you're not rolling your fucking shins, that's gonna be a pain. That's gonna hurt. And teach your boxers stuff a takedown and check some leg kicks, and they are brutally KOing MMA fighters. No, they are not at all. It's just not gonna happen. They just won't be able to, because they're just not fighters. They're boxers, and that's fine. And I think, what's his next one actually? Oh, Shakur Stevenson. Homie need to work on his boxing too instead of trying to be relevant. Dude who knocked him out, hit him with a 1-2 with the 1-2 straight out the boxer's playbook. Okay. I think the difference is he has to do more than just box. You know what I mean? Like Buckley has to do more than just use his two hands. He has to be worried about knees, elbows, takedowns, kicks to the body, kicks to the head, low calf kicks. Joe Rogan. Like he has to worry about other shit. All you have to worry about is, hey, he's using those two hands he has there, dude. Just make sure they don't hit you. That's the overall take of this whole thing should be boxers are better at boxing and MMA fighters are better at fighting. And that's all it should be. It shouldn't have to be this whole like hate on it, fucking hate watching group being all like, mad. Like I said, I'm part of the hate watching group though. Because boxing used to be the shit. I wasn't alive, of course, and I wasn't even thought of yet. But in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they were fucking dominating. Boxers were the shit. And now they're just not. They're just simply not. But they're acting like they still are. And like Max Kellerman, like a decade ago, was like, the baddest man on the planet is no longer the boxer that's in the heavyweight division, the heavyweight champ in boxing. It is now the UFC heavyweight champion. And that's just the fact. That is just true. Tom Aspinall, I know it's gonna sound really bad because like he's not fighting right now because his eye surgery, but it's real. And if you don't think Tom Aspinall's eye surgery is real, fuck yourself. I'm fucking burping up fucking shit at a Seminole. But like, and this is true. Boxers, if an MMA fight, if Ilya Taporia were to fight Shakur Stevenson in boxing, Shakur Stevenson would beat Ilya Taporia. But if Shakur Stevenson, here's a good take. Better take than I was gonna say. Ilya Taporia lasts longer than Ilya Taporia in boxing lasts longer than Shakur Stevenson does in MMA. Ilya Taporia probably goes over 6 rounds with Shakur Stevenson in a boxing match. But I don't think that Shakur Stevenson makes it out of the first 2 minutes. And that's being generous. I don't think Shakur Stevenson makes it out of the first 2 minutes with Ilya Taporia. And that's just what it is. That's just all it is. Like, boxers are great at boxing. I can give them that. It may not be exciting to me, but they genuinely are better at their craft. That's like saying, like, a football player can dominate in basketball, which is like, it could, but a basketball player is most likely better at basketball than a football player. And being like, well, that's actually hard because Antonio Gates did that. Fuck. It's kind of, all right, let me find a better one. A better one. Fuck, is there a better one? Shit. I guess the whole one like a nah. Let me bring this back. LeBron James. It's like saying LeBron James. Nah, it just doesn't work out, dude. No, this is the only one that makes sense when it comes to like a boxer can beat a MMA fighter in boxing, but literally gets mauled by an MMA fighter in MMA. That's all it is. And speaking of boxing, the huge news that happened literally yesterday, I think it was. That's the huge cash grab. This is the shit that boxing is gonna have to promote. Tyson is almost fucking 60 years old. And Mayweather's almost 50. And they are going to have a fight. Disgrace. Terrible. And then the same thing with fucking MMA. With Ronda Rousey fighting. Why? Why? Just don't. There's no need. There's just no need for this shit. What are you doing? There's just... Tyson looked old as fuck a year ago. Wanna know why? Because he's old as fuck. He is old. This is what he is. Mayweather, once again, lost all of his money. So now he needs a cash grab. That's what this fight is. It's a cash grab. Look at this. Holy money grab. That's all it is. That's all it is. And this is what the fuck? Mighty Mouse versus Francis Ngannou. But yeah, what is this boxing? What is this? Why? That's right. That's all for this video. This is a lot longer than it probably should have been. This probably should have been a 20-minute video, and this is probably gonna be a 40-minute video because I just rambled. I'm still rambling. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. Basically, boxers are good at boxing. MMA fighters are good at MMA. If you're a boxer, don't call out an MMA fighter. Just don't do it. You're good at your thing. Don't call out an MMA fighter to be like, I'm swole, dude. I'm the man. I'm the fucking man. No, don't do that, because we all know in an actual fight, you're dead. That's just the fact. Thank you for watching. If you're still watching this after like fucking 30 minutes of nonsense, thank you. Means a lot, I guess. I guess. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it's not in a week. Hopefully it's sooner. Hopefully I don't leave the house. Is what I'm trying to say, I guess. But yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.